this is cool, man.
Coatbridge is the best town in the fucking world.
Coatbridge might be the best town in the world. It's also a town with a huge population with Irish Catholic roots, most of whom historically have always voted Labour. In fact, it's fair to say that this town's votes for the Labour Party haven't been counted so much as weighed. 10 years ago, this was the safest seat in Britain.
The people of my constituency have been wonderful. They've returned me in election after election. It's been a wonderful privilege. Thank you for the wonderful loyalty you've shown me.
Tom Clarke has been the Labour MP here since 1982. He's a big local figure who cut his political teeth at the height of the Thatcher years. At the town's St Patrick's Hall, he's doing a bit of electioneering in his own style.
Well, you're lovely and warm. That's good. I hope you vote Labour up in Hamilton, because all these folks are voting Labour for me. Well, you know my slogan's going to be, there's hardly a family in this constituency that Tom Clarke hasn't helped. Now, is that the case?
Definitely.
Are you all going to support me at the election?
Oh, of course we are.
Wonderful.
But when Tom Clarke has moved on, of course becomes probably.
Probably Labour.
Probably in the
So is there someone else slightly in your mind?
Well, after the referendum, we're kind of
How did you vote in the referendum?
a yes vote.
You're a yes vote. What do you think of the SNP?
Don't know. I'm not. In the referendum, yes, but we're kind of swimming.
You're swithering a bit. Right.
Our people here today have more in common with working people in Newcastle, in Manchester, in Bristol, in London, than they have with the lairds and dukes of Scottish estates. And they're the people who are supporting the SNP.
Your opponent's just turned up.
I haven't met them before.
Have you not?
Philip, good to see you.
Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you.
Pleasure, man. Good to see you.
I've just been telling these guys that our families are very close and that'll never change.
Never, absolutely 100%. We've supported you forever, Tom. It's just the way,
All
it's
the
just the way it's got
photogenic
to be.
people.
Well, the SNP stand's only been up for about 5 or 10 minutes and bang, they're off.
It's a change for Tom Clarke, isn't it?
Well, that's the whole idea, isn't it? It's
know,
like
I
a wee
know.
change. It's time. Well, it's time for change, isn't it?
Well, I'll be honest with you, I'm an ex-coal miner. I think it's going to be a disaster.
So you're not that taken with the SNP, you don't like them?
No,
Why not?
because they haven't got in. You're kidding the people on there.
It's incredible the amount of people that just come up to you and say, "We're voting for you." What do you think? It's a bit Bob Monkhouse, a bit shiny face. I'm a bit embarrassed.
Phil Boswell, Clarke's challenger, works in the oil and gas industry. He says he and the SNP are answering a political awakening in Scotland. But like everyone else around here, you're from a Labour family.
Of course, everybody is. Everybody here is. It's how we always voted. Your grandfather would turn in his grave if you voted for anything other than Labour. But now our mantra is, you may vote Labour for your forefathers, but you're now voting the SNP for your children. Tom Clarke is a good man. Let's not pretend otherwise. He's fought hard for these people.
Coatbridge is about 10 miles east of Glasgow. It's one of the old Labour heartlands that voted yes in the independence referendum, probably because of a deep yearning for change. It's a town founded on ironworks and coal mining, but it's struggling to emerge from its lost industrial past. From the outside, it's probably easy to assume that the SNP is sweeping through Scotland and wiping Labour out. But a lot of people in towns and villages like this have a strong sense of history and a deep bond with Labour. It's probably what Labour's depending on in Scotland. And it might be enough to save some seats here for Labour MPs with strong local connections.
We faced closure 1981, 1982, 83, and eventually they shut us in 83. Tom was there, first person to come, offer his support.
We fought the good fight, and I don't know anybody who didn't get a settlement and compensation. Now, would you confirm that, Willie?
Yes, 100% true, Tom. 100%
So why
true.
would those people suddenly turn and say they wanted somebody else? Another party? I hope you'll all be out for Labour on the 7th of May now. I hope you'll be voting Labour on the 7th of May. Fantastic. How you doing, folks? You'll be out for Labour on the 7th of May. That's wonderful. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's great. You'll be Labour on the 7th of May now.
Oh, you can't.
I don't think there'll be any UKIP in Middlesbrough, but never mind. They've got a sense of humour over here, you know. UKIP indeed.
If SNP manages to catch this area, I think the whole of Scotland will be SNP.
This lassie's father, former miner. Former miner.
Oh, how you doing? Well, why do you think Middlesbrough's Labour? Let's hear from the people.
Oh, well, the working classes always voted Labour, haven't they?
Yes.
Yeah,
Always will.
Jackie's a
Absolutely.
former miner.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you hear the SNP talks about the idea that it's the new party of the working class, you know, it's almost more Labour than Labour.
The SNP said that Labour's a bit to the right now.
Yeah, that's what they say. Do you vote Labour now, do you think, more or less enthusiastically than you used to?
Well, I don't think Labour's as good as... Remember Keir Hardie?
Yeah.
That was a right Labour mob.
Well, we've not changed that since then, but this man's trying to get you to say things that are anti-Labour.
I'm not at all.
I think you
No,
are.
I'm really not.
Because you're on camera, he's asked you
No,
several
I think that's
questions
unfair.
which
I'm
are
curious
pretty
to know.
negative.
No, I'm curious
The man
to know.
told you from the very beginning he's voting
I'm
Labour,
curious to know.
and you haven't
I'm
succeeded.
curious to know.
Good try.
Don't promote the SNP.
Good try. Good
I'm not
try.
about the SNP.
Be impartial. Be impartial.
Listen,
Not
Good
impartial,
try.
but that's obviously there's something
I
up
will let
here
the
and the
gentleman
questions
have the
must be
last word.
asked.
You'll be there for Labour on the 7th of May, and thanks very much. Bye now.
Working. Thanks anyway, boy.
Yeah.
Right. See you, Jackie.
I've never had that experience before of going canvassing with someone and asking a few very straightforward journalistic questions to people on the doorstep and then really taking exception to it and saying I was pushing the opposition. Looks to me like under that confidence it's a little bit of insecurity. Doesn't want people talking about the SNP on his patch. Elsewhere in the constituency, the SNP are busy with their own unique style of campaigning. They call it high vis, and it's based around town centre campaign shops, street stalls, and wherever they go, bright yellow jackets. But like the other parties, they're still not averse to the tried and tested method of bringing journalists to meet pre-selected voters.
Labour used to be for the working class.
No, no, no.
Now it's no.
It's all for ourselves.
It's for high class.
Got a boy who's been sanctioned 4 times.
Your son?
My son, he's got 3 kids and he's been sanctioned 4 times. SNP was the ones that went and paid the bedroom tax for, like, say, the disabled and all the rest of it for the full year.
The Labour Party would say to that, well, we oppose the bedroom tax and we're committed to reversing it.
Labour brung it in. The Tories have went and expanded it.
Everywhere.
So at the end of the day, Labour still went and brung it in.
But that's that's in there in the way that you're going to vote at this election. It sounds like it is.
Listen, I'll never, ever in my life vote Labour again.
How long have you been voting Labour?
I was 18 years of age.
And how old are you now?
78.
So you've been voting Labour for 60 years?
Exactly.
Right.
And that's that.
But they reckon the Labour Party might lose this seat this time.
Mate,
Yeah.
the way it's cooking going, there'll be no chance yet.
Two key things sit at the heart of the SNP surge. The first is their claim that they're now the party of social justice in Scotland. The second is the almost exact opposite of Labour's heavy sense of history. The SNP emphasises youth and newness. Tell me why you're going to vote for the SNP?
Because it's the best one to go for and their policies are the best ones and that.
What do they stand for, do you think? It's been in government here for 8 years, but it wants people to think of it as insurgent and oppositional. In fact, it comes close to meaning everything to everybody. A confident Scottish Labour Party will be able to point all that out. Jim Murphy and these arseholes out of Scotland, said that man over there. But confidence and even relevance is exactly what the Labour Party has lost here.
SNP to win. That's all I say.
All the way.
Brand new. All the best.
He's another referendum.
There's a political rule that says that if an election comes out a decision between the past and the future always wins. It worked for Blair, it worked for Thatcher, further back it worked for Harold Wilson, in America it worked for Clinton and Kennedy. It feels in Scotland like Labour's on the wrong side of that divide. It's going to have to find something new. I wouldn't want to call it New Labour, maybe it should be called Modern Labour or Different Labour, but it's got to change. It's probably got to change fast. You'd be forgiven for not noticing it, but underneath all the disillusionment with party politics and those clichés about hard-working families, there are real choices on offer at this election which will affect the country in very different ways. It all depends on which Britain you're in.